What's up, bro?
Not much, bro.
How you doing, bro?
We're good, bro.
Tell me what the fuck is up with it today.
Everything.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Let me adjust this. Let me just a little bit higher now. It was too low and then it was too high and now we're good. So, tell me what's up with it.
Well, for starters, you go first.
I'll
Tell
go
us who you are. Tell us a little bit about you. What you do. What you be.
You're supposed to be answering these questions first.
Well.
Okay, for those who don't know, they call me Juanjo. Some people call me G. Wayne Joe. Some people call me Wonton Soup. Some people call me Guantanamo Bay. Some people say I'm the one and only. There's a few that have called me their only Juan.
Their
But
only
that,
Juan.
you know, Obi-Wan Kenobi, stuff like
You
that.
gotta say it with an accent. The only Juan.
I'm the only Juan for them. But it turns out I
Liars.
wasn't. Well, for real, liars. They be lying on stuff like that. You can't lie on stuff like that. It's just, it doesn't happen.
real. Felt
For
that.
those who don't know me, you know, I'm in my middle 20s. I'm past my mid-20s. I'm 26, to be exact. I'm an Aquarius, for those who believe in astrology and astronomy.
Damn, I forgot you were an Aquarius.
Well, what's wrong with me being an Aquarius?
Oh, there's some Aquarius I do not budge with.
Well,
You're the only one though, okay? The only Juan.
I'm the only
And I
Juan.
mean it. You know I mean it.
Do you?
Excuse me? I'm gonna be like that old lady. Excuse me, bitch.
You want to go to McDonald's? You get a excuse me?
Yeah.
Excuse me, bitch. I'm like... Okay, that's pretty much all I got about me. How about you? Tell me about
Okay.
yourself.
Well, I'm Stephanie. People call me Fani.
Mm-hmm.
The fan.
The fan blam blam?
Yeah. I'm in my early 20s. 23 to be exact.
Oh my gosh.
I know. I'm a mommy to two lovely boys. Teen boy mom. Woo! And what else? Oh, I'm a Taurus.
You're a Taurus? Where'd you go?
Yeah.
Have you recently gone to visit?
Gone to visit what?
You said you're a tourist.
Taurus. That's why I was like, whoa, hold on. See, you can't be doing that to me because I have my brain.
A mom brain? That's
Yeah,
okay.
I'm slow.
Well, before anything, I want to, I know we've been like talking and stuff, but I want you to kind of tell me in more detail about the mom life. Like starting from like, I guess a little bit after you found out you were pregnant, but like, you know, the pregnancy and your initial...
Everything. Oh, God.
Yeah, go like you don't have to like just leave out what you want to leave out, but I
Yeah.
want to hear about all of that, like
Okay,
your motherhood
see.
experience.
See, like for a while back then when I thought I had found the love of my life.
Mhm.
Them days, bro. Them days. I thought I couldn't get pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
And so, because also, you know, my family would be like, you know, pues, if you haven't, then it's for a reason. You probably can, blah, blah, blah. And then, bam, I met my baby's father. The one that changed it all.
Your baby's his father.
Yeah, my
Right.
baby's father. Mm-hmm.
You said it changed it all.
Yeah. First, back in August of 2019
2019.
was just a year. One of the worst years of my life, to be honest. But then again, the best. I found out I was pregnant, and then a couple of days later, we lost that baby.
Mm-hmm.
But it was sad and heartbreaking. But then again, like I had to find a meaning to it because, you know, I thought I couldn't, but then
Yeah.
I did. So, a couple months later, like, this is so crazy because I tell this because I, like, that's a miracle that was given to me and I've experienced it, like,
Mm-hmm.
by, like, this is what makes me believe 100% in God. So, we weren't trying, but yet, again, like, you know, like, I was always praying, you know, when the time comes. And when I do want to try for one, like I wanted it to be a safe pregnancy and a healthy baby. So we went to Ash Wednesday, you know, and you know how El Padre, he'll say like, cenizas eres and cenizas serás.
Yes.
Okay, so I heard him tell everybody else the same thing, but when it came to me, he said something different. Right now, like no me acuerdo what it was, but I knew he said something different to me, and I went and told my baby's father. I was like, hey, like, you know, I was hearing him say all of this to everybody else, but he said that to me, and he was like, that's weird, like, and my sister was like, no, like he has to say that. He said that. I was like, no, but he told me this. And so that just went into my mind for like the longest. I would think about it day and night until like a couple like of hours later. I took a pregnancy test and bam, positive.
And that was the second, or that was the first?
That's my firstborn,
Mm-hmm.
but my second pregnancy.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's where my angel baby came.
And you don't remember what he said to you that day?
No, like I know I repeated that day and it repeated it afterwards, but now like since it's been like what 3 years now.
3 years.
Yeah, like se me olvidó.
It doesn't
like it
come
just
back
went
sometimes.
No, and that's the only thing. Like I can remember so much, but that's the only thing that I will try to remember. Like try y nada. Like my mind just goes blank. Like I remember la misa and everything, but I can't remember what he said. And that's the thing, that it's always like it was God. Like, you know, he probably told me like, hey, aquí está tu, like, you know.
He spoke through him.
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah. See, that's how I felt it. I felt it that way, and so
it was almost like a premonition. Like it was like. There's some people that just know, like,
yeah,
they see you,
like
and something touches them or something tells them, like,
yeah, like you need this, you need to hear this blessing.
Yeah.
And so I got it through that father, de ese padre. Like I was like, Lord, and I honestly cried, and then I was like, oh my God, like it all clicked, you know.
Yeah.
From Ash Wednesday, I was like, oh, and then I told him I like all excited. I was like, what if it like what he said was meaning to this, but I know it had to do something with it, because I, like, you know, I kept repeating it, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
And then good healthy baby, you know. Scary pregnancy, because I was scared the whole time that, you know,
something would happen.
Yeah, that's the thing, that after you have like a miscarriage or everything, you have that fear, like if whoever goes through it, they will know. They know. Because throughout my whole pregnancy, I was just scared, and I didn't feel as happy as I should, because I was too worried that something might go wrong. Yeah, but Lord had mercy, and here's my baby terrorizing me. But I love him. That's my baby.
That's so nice. And I'm going to ask you this, and you don't have to answer it if you don't want to, but I'm just very curious, because everyone tells me something different.
Okay.
But the delivery itself, what was that like?
Ooh.
Like
okay, see?
the day of.
Okay, so for my firstborn, see, there was already like 2 weeks before he was born that I started with like Braxton Hicks.
Yeah.
But they were like throughout the days, they would get more and more intense. So I was like hurting like a motherfucker.
This was like every day or what?
Yeah, like before he was born, like the Braxton Hicks, they were just getting extra, cause you know, like, well, you don't know, but you
maybe
know.
One day I'll know. Who knows? You never know, cause I'm not there yet. But one day I might know. I doubt it, but in all seriousness, probably not. Who knows though?
Okay.
Who knows? Anyways.
Okay, so they were just getting more intense, and I remember that like 2 days before where he was born, it was a Thursday, and I went in, and they sent me back, and when they sent me back, I was crying because I was in so much pain. I was like this pain is literally killing me, and then I did everything, you know how they say, like, take a warm bath, go walking, go do this, go do that. I would walk my ass everywhere, and then just do the most. And the next day, Friday, We went over to my sister's, and then we were just there in the night, and then my baby's father and my brother-in-law, they were in the back room. They were chopping up carne for longaniza. They were making longaniza.
Tasty.
For real though.
That sounds fire right now. Actually.
Honestly, con nopalitos en un bolillo.
A little bit of huevo in there too.
And then I just walked up in there and I was like, hey, like, I just looked at him. He was like, you want me to take you? And I was like, yeah, take me. I was like, I'm done. I'm tired. I just want to get it over with. And we started grabbing our things. And so I went to the bathroom because I thought I needed to go, but it just took a long time. So I was like, what the hell? And see, this is the weird thing. It smelled sweet. And it was just all clear. So I was like, okay. So as soon as we got to the hospital, they always ask for a sample.
Yeah.
And as soon as I seen it, it was clear and it smelled sweet. So I asked the nurse, I was like, hey, so like, this is what I got and it smells sweet. I was like, could it be like my water breaking? She was like, we're gonna test it. Ooh. And they took their lovely ass time, and I was like, all right, I guess. An hour comes by, she comes back and you're getting admitted. Like, you know, you're gonna stay. And
Just
I was
calmly.
like, thank God. Yeah.
Super calm. Like, okay.
Yeah, but I was like, thank the Lord. And then she was like, you want epidural? And I was like, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was already too tired and everything. And I was like, whenever the time comes for him to come out, I'm just not going to have the energy for him. So as soon as that epidural hit, I knocked out.
You knocked out?
I slept like I've never slept. And then when I woke up the next morning, because I was Friday night, so Saturday I was already getting advanced, and they were like, you're good, doing good and whatnot. And like around 3:50, it's when I was already at a 10.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, you ready, girl?
You ready?
I was like, I'm ready.
What day was that? When
It was November 7th.
November 7th?
November 7th.
How'd you feel when they said you're ready? Were you just
I was excited. I was like, ooh, I'm ready to meet my baby.
Were you like, let's get this over with? Or you were like, I'm so excited, or I'm kind of scared, I'm nervous?
No, I was just ready to have my baby.
You're just ready? You'd been through enough to you're like, okay, this is it.
Yeah, and I don't know. I just wanted to meet the first love of my life.
Yes.
And so the nurse, I mean, she was trying, she was trying. And then I was trying, but my doctor wouldn't get there until my doctor got there, like 1, 2, he was out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then me lo pusieron en mi pechito and everything. I was like, crying my eyes out. I was like, my baby.
That's a beautiful moment, from
It
what I've heard.
It is, honestly. Like, like I had flashbacks of like the first ultrasounds and appointments and everything. And I remember the first ultrasound I had. Mm-hmm. I cried my eyes out when I heard the heartbeat. I was like, oh. And
also, it's like your first time. Was that your first time?
Yeah, first time for.
You're seeing it there, and it's like, okay, this time's different,
Yeah, because my first ultrasound with that first pregnancy, when they told me there was no heartbeat, no nothing, I was like, my heart shattered. Yeah. And I was like really heartbroken. That was like the worst depression I've ever gotten into. From that day, I just went blank. But then I got, back to myself because I was like, there's a reason for it, Maybe God is letting me know, yes, you can be a mother, but not yet.
Not yet.
Like, this is still not your time. So I just kept it that way. Until now. Look at me.
Until now.
Mom of 2, porque el otro se chispoteó.
Speaking of which, going back on that, when it came around to your second pregnancy, were you still having these bad thoughts that, maybe the same thing might happen? Were you a little bit less, like, more feeling safer, like, this will be successful like this last one was? Or how'd you feel about it?
I still felt scared.
You still felt scared?
I felt like, like, I had that one spot in my heart where I was like, it's going to be okay, because Angel was okay. So maybe this next one, it's going to be okay. But I was still having those thoughts that, what if this happened?
Something could go wrong at any time.
Like you need to keep, your guard up in case of anything, because you know exactly what you've been through before. So, try to not lose your shit for the one that you already have.
Yeah.
So I try to keep it, as 50-50. Overjoyed, but then like
Cautious,
overprotective,
like
and
cautious, like thinking about it, like.
Yeah.
And that must suck though, because you already had the experience of that, that trauma, and it's like.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know what to expect.
It's not easy for them to go away.
It never is, never will be.
Yeah, honestly. And people who've gone through it, they will know. They will know, and they know exactly how it feels. But he was a hard pregnancy, bro. Like from the get go, he was making me pukish. Like I would "What?" all the time, every smell "What?" And then like, see, cause I thought I was gonna have the time of my life, cause my the one of the what's it called? You can hear her laughing.
So she's talking about me right now.
I'm about to be a star. You know,
about to be an internet sensation,
Yeah. My what's it called? La pinche protection shit. ¿Cómo se llama? Anticonceptivos.
And contraceptives?
Yeah.
Or birth control?
Yeah, birth control. There you go.
Is that the word you're looking for?
Yeah, it took me a minute.
You mean rubbers? Is that what you meant?
Blank. Yeah. I was waiting for one that I ordered with my OB. And she's like, all right, pero se va a tardar, So I was like, all right, that's fine. And I was living the life of my life again because, 21 and I was pregnant and I was like, I missed that.
Yeah.
So I was starting to drink and whatnot, and then one day, like, the drink would not go down. A margarita. I was like,
you're going savage there, margarita.
Yeah, I was like, And I was drinking with my sister-in-law, and I was like, girl, you can have it. Like, you can have it. I don't know. It's not sitting right.
You're not feeling it. I'm not feeling it today. Something's.
And so the next day, it was Super Kids Day. On Super Kids Day, I found out I was pregnant with him. Okay. And then that day, like, my sister-in-law me invitó una Smirnoff.
Yeah.
And I drank it. But then the next one, I just looked at it like the margarita, and I was like, I can't.
Something's
something's
not right here.
I was
something's
like,
not green.
My stomach trolled, and I was like ready to puke, and I was like, no, I can't.
This is not the biz.
Yeah. And then, like, things were clicking to my head, and I was like, nah, girl, you still got like a couple of days. But then I was like, I have a pregnancy test from back then. I was like, I can just take it.
Oh, so you didn't know you were pregnant yet?
No,
again?
Yeah, no, I didn't. No, but I was just like, I'm gonna just fuck around, and I was like, I'll get this bitch. Like Andres will come through the next day.
Yeah.
And
because I was wondering, like, what made you like want to do the pregnancy test, or did you just?
It just cause
Just
but it kind of was
maybe?
Clicking, but then I was like,
you're starting to kind of feel it, maybe. Like
yeah,
certain
but
things
then I was like, I'll take it. It'll be negative, and the next day, I'll have
more
the
like,
days,
more
the days.
Okay.
The days, what I called Andres.
Yes.
And so I took it, and then next thing you know, bam, positive as fuck, and I was like, girl, what the fuck? I was like, your baby is so little. And then I got so sad. I started crying, but then I was happy again. I was like, he's going to have a sibling. So I went outside to my baby's father, and I was like, look. He's like, what? I was like, look. And he's like, this is Angel's pregnancy test. I was like, no, bitch. I was like, I just took this.
This is today.
I was like, I'm dead ass. Like, I'm not lying. It's on a serious note. Like, I'm pregnant. And then he was like, congratulations. I was like, move along, bitch.
Congratulations. Did you go take another one just to make sure?
Yeah, we went to go buy more pregnancy tests.
And they all came out positive?
Yeah.
Damn.
And so I made an appointment. And since it was my second one, like, they did it more early. But he was really little. Like, una chingaderita así. And so they were like, you're going to have to come back again. And because we were all excited to see.
So it's too early or what?
Yeah. And so we went back in 2 weeks, and from like this, he went to King. So it was like in the ultrasound, he looked bigger. So I was like, God damn, lo que hacen 2 weeks, no,
2 weeks?
No, ahora imagínate like the whole 9 months,
Yeah.
like, cause you honestly like don't see how they do actually grow. You feel them,
Yeah, you
but you
feel it.
can't see them, like see them. So I was like, all right, I guess.
Gave
And
you that
then
2 weeks notice.
yeah, but see, but like for him, it was like a whole drastic change in like pregnancy symptoms. So I was like, it's a girl.
I was just
like,
about to ask that.
I'm gonna have a boy and a girl. Cause see, with Angel, I knew from the bottom of my heart I was having a boy. I was like, it's a boy, and I'm gonna stick by what I feel and what my heart is telling me. It's a boy, and I was like, I knew it. Cause my baby's father would be like, it's a girl, and I'm like, nope, I'm having a boy.
That's a little dude in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then with Adrian, like I felt it in my heart. I was like, it's a girl. It's a girl, until she's like, it's a boy. I was like, no, you lying, bitch. You lying. I was like, no, look again. And she looked. And
I was about to ask, like, did you
damn.
want it? I mean, obviously you can't go back, but
It's what God wants,
mm,
I'm okay with whatever I get.
yeah,
Because they're my babies and I will love them either way. But I honestly thought
it was
he
a
was
girl.
going to be a girl.
Mhm.
Yeah. And sometimes I see lo regaño. I'm like, ¿qué ves? It could have been a girl, but no, right? But I just been playing with him. He just smiles at everything. He's
So-
like the happiest baby ever.
That's good. That's good. They're both adorable.
Thank
But
you.
the second pregnancy, was that, like you said, it was like different from the first one? Like,
Yeah, with Angel, it was more like calm. Like, no tenía, like, I wasn't nauseous or throwing up.
mm,
The only thing that I didn't like the smell of was eggs. I could not stand the smell of eggs. Like, my dad would be like, are you leaving or something? I'm like, no. He's like, damn. I'm like, why? He was like, because I want to make eggs. I'm like, I was like, I could go lock myself in the room
yeah,
and just spray, like, the Febreze shit all over.
yeah.
He was like, all right, just do that. But he would always make them when I left and, like, spray the whole house.
I
I'm
hear there's
like,
a lot of certain
"Ew."
odors and stuff that'll kind of turn a person off or make them want to throw up.
Yeah.
But
With-
also some like strange cravings that they never had before. Is that true?
Well, for me, I can't say that. What I can say is that with Angel, like at the beginning of my pregnancy, I would be so into gorditas. Gorditas all the time. Like, I ate them for like a whole month and I was not tired. And every time, like, ya no tenía, I would be so upset. I'm like, ya se me acabaron mis gorditas. Honestly, and they'd be like, we'll get more. I'm like, okay. And we'll go the next day. Por gorditas. And then after that, by probably the end of my pregnancy with him, all I wanted was pho. Tried pho. Pho is bomb. And
Wait. What?
pho.
Pho?
Pho.
Like the
Vietnamese.
like the
Vietnamese
like
rice
the sopa.
noodles.
Pretty much you like
Yeah,
yeah.
kind of like ramen noodles.
You said pho. I was like pho.
That's the pronunciation.
Oh, I thought it
Correct
was.
me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the
I
pronunciation.
was just because I've always heard everybody say pho, but I've never had it, so I'm not
I
exactly
mean,
sure.
I've seen like people like Vietnamese people they say it's
Yeah.
pronounced pho.
That's what I would go with. Then. That's what I would
Yeah.
trust. Obviously.
That's why I call it pho. I'm like, it's
like-
not pho. I mean, it looks like pho, but it's pho.
It's like you
Get
come
it
up
right,
to
people.
someone who's not Hispanic and they're calling them tortillas, and they're like, "Oh, those are tortillas," and then you come up to Hispanic, the tortillas way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's-
Yep. Kind of like that. Yeah, and then with Adrian, I couldn't eat anything at the beginning. Like, I had to get prescription medicine so I could eat because everything like I ate, next thing you know, I'll go whoop. Every smell, everything I drank,
Does it all come out?
yeah. And then my doctor, she at the beginning she was a little worried because my progesterone levels were down, and she would always ask me, "How are you feeling? Are you okay? Like, have you had any spotting?" I'm like, "Girl, I'm okay. Why?" She's like, "I'm just trying to make sure, because with low progesterone levels, like it can risk high risk for miscarriage." So
Ooh.
that's when I also like I was like, But my baby wanted to live, and he lived because he like se aferró a la vida. I'm like, nope, I'm here, mom, and you're taking me with you. See, you heard him.
You heard it here first, everybody. But did they say like I was gonna say, did they give you anything for that? Like to help with that?
She prescribed me some medicine, but my insurance didn't want it. Like, comprarlo, because I don't know. I don't know. They were being weird about it.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, I was just, doing me. I researched what I could eat to help with that, and that helped. And, after that, after a certain amount of time, it got a little bit better.
Yeah.
And everything was perfect, was fine. After that, I could eat. I was like, thank God.
Mm-hmm.
Because we love food on this end.
Yes, we do. I do too, on this end. I'm just enjoying smaller quantities of food that I love. But it's okay.
What?
It sucks, but
Would you rather be looking good or would you rather be happy? At the moment, I'd rather be happy.
The problem is, when I'm looking good, I'm feeling happy. But I wasn't too used to knowing what that felt like, so it was like, I'm happy, but I don't feel like I look good. But then it's like, when I do feel like I look good, am I really happy? Does that make sense? It's like it's a whole inverse type of non-stop thought process up here as my anxiety.
See what people cause us down.
For real. And it's like mostly myself too. Like I put these things into my own head, and it's like, why? Stop it.
I know. We've all been there. Like now, like looking back, I just feel not me.
Not you.
No. Like I miss some parts of the old me before I became a mom, but I would not change being a mom for anything in the world.
What things? Are there
Like
things we can talk about, or?
Yeah, like my body, the way I used to be, the way I used to like always try to look good,
Mm-hmm.
like I would always try to like supposedly, like look my best, and now it's hard to do that whenever I have two babies that I have to keep up with by myself.
Yeah. I mean, that kind of keeps you pushing, though, right? I mean,
yeah, and then especially Angel, now that he's in that toddler stage, man, he'd be something. Sheesh, that boy, my boy. I don't know. I don't know if it's something their daddy did or I did, but damn.
Comes from one of y'all.
Well, yeah, one of us, cause
I say that, but it could just be them,
Yeah, well,
kids will be kids.
Yeah, that's pero ese se pasa.
Didn't we though? Didn't we? Like,
I mean,
us as kids.
I
heard I was. Yeah.
You heard you what?
I heard I was a disaster. Like I was way worse than my sister. Like I was a little asshole. Like bad. Like top notch bad. Like the kid that you want to like leave out in the street and be like, okay, we'll come back in a few hours. Type of deal. I mean, they never said that, but I was like, that's what it sounds like.
Probably that's what y'all thought.
Sounds like that was that bad. Like.
Yeah, no, cause I mean, sheesh, he'd be something. That boy be something. Like, yeah, he be stressing me, and he stresses my stress, so it be stressful.
It's the levels of stress.
Yeah, no, and then with like his baby brother, sometimes he's. I know he don't mean it, but he's extra rough. And then he's a strong baby. He's a big boy.
Mm-hmm.
So it be.
Is that type of thing where like you feel like you're in danger if he was to get a hold of your hair, type of deal?
Not that, like. He yanked a little girl from a car. Like, and I mean, she wasn't even, like, she was, what, probably like 6, 7.
Yeah.
And he just went and yanked her from the hair and, like, got her down from the car and he got on it. And I was like, rude.
It was like a stranger or somebody you knew?
Yeah, it was at a birthday party, too.
Oh, man.
I know. I felt so embarrassed, but I got onto him, because if you don't discipline your kids, bro, somebody else will. And I don't want nobody else disciplining my kids, because...
It starts even more disciplined problems right there. You know
For
what I mean?
real.
Starts.
Because one thing I will let everybody know, these hands are rated E for everybody. Little kid touches my kid and my kid didn't do nothing, bang.
There it is.
Go get your mama. I'll beat her ass too. And your big sister, and your auntie, and your dead grandma.
All of them. Just bring them all. Just bring them all. We'll go through them one by one.
Mm-hmm. No, really. But I got onto him because, like he needs to be able to respect other kids and respect little girls. Girls in general. Go and race. Well, that's what I'm planning on. And I hope it goes into according to plan
Yeah.
to raise a gentleman.
Got yourself a little gentleman.
Yeah.
Well, two.
What? Yeah.
Two little gentlemans.
Yeah.
Do you, upcoming in the future, how many more kids do you see yourself wanting to have?
In the future, maybe like my top is 4
4?
with these two. So maybe
two more?
just 2 more. Yeah.
Would you like to throw a girl into the mix?
If God allows, yes.
Yeah.
If not, then I'll just be a teen boy mom. Because, I may never know what if I try, but God is like, those 2 are your only 2. So,
I don't think he wants a girl. You hear that?
Yeah.
As soon as I said that, he's
He's
like,
like, like, Mom, you know what I do to your hair? Don't bring a girl around. Yeah, the little one, he'll just grab me and yank me and like start pulling, and I'm like, you gonna leave me bald?
But I feel
and
like
I have thick hair and a lot of hair.
I feel like at that time though, like at that age, when if you do have a girl, they'll be more of like taking the role of her protector.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
See, that's what I always wanted. Because, my sisters and my brother, they would always, like, their firstborn is a girl. So I was like, God, if I ever have, like, kids, I want to be able to have a boy first so he can protect his baby sister the way my brother does with me. So I was like, God, please, if it's has to be that way, please let it be that way. And look at me. Oy, perdón. With my 2 little boys.
She'll be good. If you have a girl, she's got 2 older brothers to watch her. And
Yeah.
that's what what I wanted. Like, once I start having kids, is I want to have 3.
3?
Hopefully first a boy. I really, really want a girl for some reason. I'm just hooked on having a girl at some point in my life. But I would like to have a boy first so you can protect her. Because I feel like it'd be a little bit more intimidating to just have a girl first or only a girl. Just being like your only one. But I plan to have more than just one kid. I don't know. At least that's what I plan on.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. But
For sure. See, I feel like also God was like, you can't. He was like, you can't have a girl just yet because I'd act a fool. Buy bows, dresses, because there's more things for girls than boys.
there definitely is.
Like flats, chanclitas, little heels, little
Dresses and
makeup
everything.
thing.
Just
Yeah,
everything.
he know I would act a fool and try to buy the whole damn store with girl items. So he was like, calmate. Just take the boys.
I do hear it is a bit more expensive, to have a girl than it is to have a boy. But I don't know. I guess it varies from person to person and how much they want to go in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but todo a su tiempo.
That's right.
Probably, we ain't broke, but we ain't rich, and we can manage for the boys. But he was like, just wait. Just wait until you can manage for a girl.
Let me see. Do you plan to just wait, like plan a certain time, or if it just happens, it happens, like another one?
I just want to wait until they get older. Yeah, because I don't want another little one right now, and me struggling with this too. Like my toddler, and then a 1-year-old, soon to be toddler too, and then a baby, and then just for me.
Yeah.
Like if they're at work, if I had another one, I'd be like, oh Lord. I mean, if it's something he knows I can manage, then I'll take it. Because it's not in me to ever like have an abortion. Like, if you want to do it, you do you. But me personally, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it. And so, if it came to it, oh well. Like,
Yeah.
I'll take the blessing. I love kids either way. But if it's for me to like, para esperarme, to take time, then I'll take it. And I'll enjoy them right now. And then maybe in the future, try to add to the Fan Bam.
The Fan Bam, the Fan Bam
Yeah.
no, Fan Bam Fam, Illy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works. Let me ask you a controversial question.
Okay, ask me.
Um, I don't know. Should I go there? I should just go there. Yeah. Where do you stand on stuff like that?
Huh?
Like abortions and stuff like that.
That's what I'm telling you. Like,
You said you wouldn't do it because you said you
I
don't.
personally wouldn't. You know,
You
like
wouldn't.
it's not in me to ever do that. But
Mm,
like, I feel like, okay, so if, let's say this girl just got it every now and then because she didn't want to have kids like regularly, like, I feel like that's like, why don't you do something else to like prevent you from getting pregnant and getting so many abortions?
yeah.
You know, like, that's just so much trauma to your body. Like, do something to stop you from doing that. And also, like, it's too much.
Not only that, but like I don't want to say like I'm for it, but I do believe a person should have the choice to do what they want.
Yeah.
If you want to do it, that's fine. If it's not me, then whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like, have you seen like the dangerous ways that women self-abort?
Yeah.
It's crazy, like the methods that are used, but like it's like it feels like that's what the only choice they have at some point,
Yeah.
and that's even worse for like infections and just like your body in general.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's kind of scary, like
It is. And
the damage you can take and like just the self-harm that people will cause to like get rid of a baby because
Yeah.
like they can't go anywhere and do it. They'd have to go out of state or stuff like that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's intense.
Yeah. And see, and like for another girl, like it's life threatening. Go for it. Like do you, but do it where you're also taking care of yourself and not hurting something innocent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cause like, I feel for her, but I feel for the baby. As a mom and as a person who's like love kids and love babies, like, why put yourself through that and why put something innocent through that?
Yeah.
Well, that's just in my opinion. Cause some guys they can be like, I can do whatever the fuck I want. Yeah, you can,
Yeah.
but
you
like,
can,
why cause yourself that and something innocent that, because it doesn't have a say and it's just defeated. Okay, but it has a heartbeat. If somebody hits a dog, it's automatically like the world ending.
It's animal
Damn
abuse.
that person.
Yeah.
But like, if you do that to a fetus, it's nothing. But it's like they also feel it too. You're ending like what they were starting.
Yeah. And do you feel like do you agree with like the certain like time periods with that, or do you believe it's like it's as soon as conception happens, like as soon as
like, see, to me, if you had unprotected sex, like, take care of it right away. It's the best way to go. Like, try to help yourself and help that fetus not go through it.
Let's just be real though. Like these days, people aren't careful. They just get
They
to
don't-
what they're
yeah, they
doing.
don't care.
The
Like,
temperature beats them, and then it's just
like
they get
most
that
people,
fever.
they just really don't care. They don't.
They just want to get to their business and do what they do, and
Yeah.
they don't think about the outcomes or the consequences
Yeah.
or choices like this because they don't think it's not going to happen to me. They're like, oh, we'll be fine. We did this and that, and we took precautions, even though they aren't really precautions. They're just like,
Yeah, you were just doing your thing and you're trying to lie, saying you took the precaution when you didn't. See, like, there's people, like, I have a cousin who, for years, lost so many baby, like, stillbirth or, like, miscarriages, that I know that whenever
you're good.
she wanted a baby, like, and she couldn't have or take home, like I know that was so traumatizing, you know, and for her to see somebody else just, you know, getting rid of something she's always wanted, obviously that's gonna like hurt, you know, because
Yeah.
I get in both ways, like, you know, if it's just because you don't want, like, you don't want a kid, don't put yourself through that and let it be, or like, I mean, if you want to do it, do you, but like don't let it be known because other people get hurt over it, because what you can have other people can't or struggle to have.
Hmm.
So like, you know,
Not everybody can have the same
yeah,
blessings or opportunities that other people have
no,
sometimes,
really,
and they don't even realize it, and they just take it for granted. And it's like
yeah,
somebody's wishing right now they could have all this that you have right now.
yeah,
Yeah.
like it'd be 50-50 though, honestly, but girls do girls, like we let us do us, you know, at the end of the day.
So what? Okay, now I feel like this part's where it's a little more sensitive. Like in my opinion, is like, what about cases like, I think this is like the most talked about part is like a victim of rape or somebody who was a victim of incest and stuff like that.
Okay,
Like,
see,
what do you think on that?
they should have the option.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, if that ever happened to, let's say, like your sister, because I know
Mm-hmm.
she is like really important to you, what would you want for your sister?
So then that's where it gets tough because I put myself in the position like, what if that was me or somebody from my family
Yeah,
that I knew, and I'm just like,
yeah. See, like if your sister would want to keep it, be there for her. If she
mm-hmm.
want it, be there for her, and try to like help her through the trauma. Like it's not gonna change; it's gonna be there, but help ease it.
Yeah.
But it's whatever she would decide to do with it. Michelle, what would you want? Not really.
Where are you at, girl? I don't know. I guess in that case, I don't know. I don't want to say it's. I don't want to just say, oh, it's okay for them to just go through with it because these situations. But
It's
two,
not though.
it's hard to say because it's like two rights don't make a wrong. Two wrongs don't make a
Make it
right. Let me
right, yeah.
rephrase. But it's like in those circumstances, it's a little bit harder because it was imposed on you and you didn't want
Yeah.
this thing imposed on you. But it's like at the same time, that's still a life, and it's like
Yeah.
it makes it so conflicting.
See, that's why like as soon as like something like that happens, like you should also go get checked. Because it's not also just, you know, pregnancy. You may never know what the motherfucker been through or been on.
Oh my goodness.
You know?
Or has or.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm telling you. You don't know where he's been. You don't
Mm-hmm.
know if he was clean or whatever. You know, it just happened. So might as well go take care of yourself.
That's true.
Self-care is very important.
It really is, and also on the flip wise, it doesn't happen as much, but it does happen. You don't know what she has. You know what I mean? It's not just him, but it does
Yeah,
happen.
exactly. Like you don't know where people be running around.
It's crazy. There's.
Yeah.
It also makes me wonder, like. Hmm. It, I want to get to this is a little bit off topic, but it gets me like. It gets me wondering, like, at the time where they wanted to say that pedophilia was a sexual orientation, and that was like they wanted to almost like implement it, like it was acceptable, like put it at the end of
Oh yeah, hell
LGBTQ,
no.
and put like P there for pedophilia.
Yeah. Oh no.
I'm like,
No. But
I'm
honey, no.
I'm just sitting there like, as a grown man or grown woman, how do you look at a child, boy or girl, and you're aroused, like you're attracted to this? Like, how is that a
Yeah.
thing? Like, what can you do with a child? Like,
I don't know. People are sick in that way. Like that way is like another level of sick. Cause how are you gonna look at something so young, so little, and be like, there it is. What I've always wanted.
something like catches your eye. Like, what are you
Yeah.
looking at? Like,
Yeah, what what's your attraction?
this
Like
is
when can you go like look for an adult
exactly
that they like
this
it's
child can barely
weird.
hold a cup in their hand. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
they run around, they're spilling like shit everywhere, and it's like, what's
Yeah.
attractive of that to you? Like,
Yeah, oh no. Like I've seen so many cases of that and it makes me cry cuz I'm like poor babies.
It's crazy. It's insane. Like I do believe that's some kind of like, I don't know if it's like a sickness or what. It's just like a mental issue, but I just personally think it's, I don't know. It's all kinds of fucked to me.
Honestly,
Because I
it
can't.
really
I
is.
try to put my. Okay, this is gonna sound weird, but it's like I try to put myself in that position, but I'm just, I can't even fathom it. I can't come to words to try to even like not justify it, but try to empathize. But I don't
Yeah,
want to empathize with people
no.
like that because I'm like, how? Like,
Yeah, like
and I don't.
it's hard to understand why they do it, but
And I don't
it's
even want to
just
talk to anybody who has those feelings and ask them like, what makes you feel like this? No, because then I just look at them like, bro, like,
well, you know, see, like as a teenager back then, you never, you don't know, like you're barely starting to know life. And now that I look back to like our life back then, I'm just like, God damn, like there were these grown ass men really hitting on like some 12, 13 year olds and thinking it was okay. You know, that's why I'm just like, God damn, like I went, like I'd be sitting back and thinking of my old days with like my besties, you know, from school and
yeah,
whatnot. And I'm just like, what the hell? Like, you know, these grown ass men was just over here like babeando for like some little ass girls. I'm like, what the fuck? You know that, you know, like the chiquilla, like you don't know much of anything, so you're just like, all right, you know, I guess, okay, whatever.
and what's worse is some of these guys are successful in their attempts to get these girls, and they actually
Yeah.
do, and they let themselves, or like they're attracted to
No,
this guy,
really.
and they usually lie about their age, you know, and it's
Oh
like they
yeah.
fall in between, and they're like, oh well, you consented, but you didn't know he was this old, like.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like there's guys out there. I've seen it
Yeah.
in so many parts. Like even at like parties and stuff. I see like these grown ass men looking at these
Oh
little
no,
girls.
really. Like it's happened to me. And good thing it's happened when there's people around because there's this one time one of my brother-in-laws, it was like a long ass time ago. He was like way too drunk. He was getting a little too like talkative with me and like all like intimoso and shit, and my brother-in-law caught it. He was like, "Hey, hey, hey, like that's my sister-in-law. Back off."
Yeah, like back
He
it
was
up.
like, back off. Like, you know, you're drunk and whatever. Like, let her be. Like, you know, she's just a kid. Leave her alone. And then at that time, you know, like, yo no sabía, like, you know, what he was trying to do or whatever. And now that I look back to it, he was just, you know,
Just keeping you safe.
yeah.
He was trying
Yeah,
to
I was
prevent a
like,
tragedy. Try to prevent
that's my
nonsense.
brother-in-law.
That's good though, because
Yeah.
there's just not enough people that like do like act up or
Yeah.
say anything.
Yeah, I'm just glad he caught it because, you know, you may never know.
You don't know where like
Yeah.
what could have happened or.
See, and at that time, I was not even 15. It was probably less than 15. Cause I know his little brother was hardcore trying to get at me. I'm like, you're younger than me, bro. You know, yo también. I was like, you're younger.
You better watch out before I read you a bedtime story. You know
For
what
real
I'm saying?
though. Like, calm down, kid.
For real.
Calm down.
Grow some hair. I'm just kidding. Grow a mustache and then we'll talk.
For real. Not even. He's irky.
And also, like, what's worse to me is like, where was I going with that?
Where you
Oh,
going?
that was another thing I was gonna say. Like, when I don't feel like being intoxicated is
a reason to.
an excuse.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I was drunk, I was this, I was drugged up. I'm like, well, you did that to yourself. Why is that my problem? You know what I mean? Like, that's not on anybody
Yeah.
else. That's on you. Like, they're still your
Yeah.
actions. I don't care.
Yeah,
like,
but I mean, being intoxicated doesn't mean anything. Doesn't justify it because we've all been there now as
exactly.
grown adults. And you're conscious of what you're doing. You know. Because I've been hasta el tope with my baby's father before. And I was conscious of everything I was doing.
Yep.
Yeah, because, you know, there was this one Thanksgiving we were playing what is it? Lo de los Jumbo? No.
Jenga?
Jenga!
The tower? Like,
Yeah!
Where you
And whoever felt like se caía, like you have to take a shot.
Ooh.
Lucky me. I got like all the shots, and I already drank before that, so I was like already hasta el tope.
You were already.
Yeah, that was
it.
the only time I've ever gone overboard. Good thing I had my backup though. He was nice for that. And on the way home, I was like, "Espérate, espérate," and then, but I remember everything that happened, everything. I was, and I knew I was over the top because I could feel it. I could feel it and everything, but I was conscious. I knew what I was doing. I knew where I was at and everything. So I know for a damn fact, you know, you should know too. So that it's not an excuse.
And that's like one thing I've noticed is like when everyone's getting like shit faced, and I feel like I'm getting to that point. I'm still like there.
Yeah.
I think there's only one instance where I don't remember what happened, but that's the most drunk I've ever been in my life. I remember my cousin, two of my cousins took a video of it. They walked me from the balcony of their house in Mexico, which I had like thrown up at.
Yeah. Oh, it's because your dad and my dad, besties, are outside, and my baby's father and my baby.
So cute.
Thank you. Yeah. With his little chunky self.
And they had walked me back to the room, but apparently on the way there, I'd like thrown up on the way there to the room, but they took me to the bathroom first. They snapped a selfie of all three of us when my face was like, and they're like super happy and joyful.
And you're,
yeah, and I'm just sitting there like, I saw the video of them walking me back to the room, and I was standing straight up, and I fell over like a tree onto the bed. They said I passed out like a champ.
Damn.
How crazy is this though? That's our dads out there, like kicking it, and then here we are.
Yeah.
Years later.
Oh, my kid is going back.
Escaping
I'm
it.
telling you, like.
Look at my jack-o'-lantern that I made.
I know, I seen it.
This is the first time I made one. Don't judge me. I'm working on it.
It still look good.
It looks cooler with the light. Speaking of light, the sun is just blazing into my eyes.
No, but it looks good. You did a good job.
Also, a heads up for everybody, for those who don't understand Spanish, we're both bilingual. We will be making episodes in English and some for our Spanish audiences, just so we can cover both grounds.
Yeah.
I will obviously announce that ahead of time. If there's any, if there, just in case anybody has any doubts or doesn't know what something means, I will add subtitles or something, or clarify what we've said that somebody might not understand.
Quotes and be like,
little quotations like subtitles. Like if we say pendejo, I'm gonna put dumbass in the quotations. You know what I mean?
Oh, look at my chunky monkey.
You know what's crazy? You both did that.
Hello, puppy.
I don't know if that's a safe spot for him to be. Yeah, it's not a safe spot for him to be.
Hey.
Okay.
Hay vidrios. Fíjese a ver si no agarró uno.
For those who don't know, that means there's glass. We had an accident with this window, and it came down, and it's still kind of shattered. And that's a hazard right there. But, we're going to take care of that real soon.
Brush it off.
It's so nice to hear about the mother life, though, from you. Like, I've been wanting to ask you that for a long time, but I feel like I didn't have, like, the time.
You just had to wait for this.
I wanted to get in depth. I wanted to get in detail and just hear it, because I feel like it flows more freely once we're more comfortable. And it's so nice to hear about that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, you never get a break. Ever. Like, I've been sick a couple of times, and...
You have to keep mothering. You have to keep momming.
Yeah, I have to...
You have to keep mamando.
Good. Okay, you did that.
Oh, man. I'm sorry. I apologize for my...
No, you're good.
For my strange dialect.
Yeah, I never get a break. Look at
you ever sit there and feel existential? Like, you look at your child and you're like, that's me. Like, that's part of me. I did that.
Yeah. Oh, all the time. All the time. I'll be like, oh, look what I made. And then here comes my baby's father like, I hope to. I was like, your 3 minutes did not favor, okay? What are you doing?
For real.
Chismosa. or mo?
Omo? Chismoso?
Chismoso?
Yes. That's a male.
No, chismoso.
Everybody thinks he's a girl, but he's a boy.
How do you not think it's a girl?
I
mean the blue collar.
He did get fixed, so it doesn't help his case.
Yeah. Hey.
Well, if it was a girl, I'd have his pink collar on it, or her pink collar on her, something to let it be like more known.
Yeah.
Because even with like a darker color, people still think he's a girl.
No, I mean, just like how he is, he just looks very girly. It's probably of the well-maintained that you guys have him.
Probably. I don't know. And it doesn't. His name's Bonbon. People don't know what that means.
Marshmallow?
Like, what does that mean? Marshmallow, yes. Marshmallow. Again.
That's my niece's dog's name. Marshmallow.
In English?
Yeah, Marshmallow.
Do they ever call him Bonbon?
I think Chiquilin does. Oh, look, there goes your mom with my other baby.
I can tell she's ready for me to have grandkids at some point. Because she's always
ready for you to have grandkids?
I think they've been ready. I feel like I'm late. You know what I mean? But it's okay.
Did you not hear yourself the way you said it?
What?
She's ready for me to have grandkids.
She's ready to have grandkids.
There you go.
Did I say she's ready for me to have grandkids?
Yeah.
Maybe, because she'll want to see. If we can see that generation, then she'll want to hold them too.
Yeah.
But,
and then I know she's having the time of her life
exactly.
with my mini-me, because what she has, that's all my personality. That's all me. And him, Angel is all his dad.
All his dad?
Yeah. He's much more serious, and I don't know, just has his everything, his looks, his attitude, the way he be doing things. I'm like, oh, you're just like your dad.
I like how he's so adventurous and curious.
Yeah.
You really got to bring that gentleman out of him, because I like how he kind of walks with his chest up, like he's.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's gonna be. You know what I mean?
You know who taught him that?
Who?
Su abuelo.
Really?
Yeah. My dad be like, así, mijo, así.
Con el pecho afuera.
Yeah.
You gotta look like Tarzan. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Y tiene el cuerpo.
Can you believe we're about to hit the hour mark?
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Hey.
That's what I'm saying. Success is,
And we got stories to tell for days, so
I really do.
We're here.
Yeah. Well, as for this one, this is kind of what this one I wanted to just kind of open up with, kind of for people to get to know us and to know we're gonna talk about anything, everything. We might make people uncomfortable. That's okay. If you don't like it, it's not for you. We'd love for you to listen. But if it's a topic you don't want to listen to, we'll probably have something else that you will want to listen to.
Look at him enjoying it like a slide.
Like a slide.
Yeah. He has a big badonkadonk. No, not really. Like, he wears 2T clothing, 24 to 2T.
Mm-hmm.
But from his pants, he needs at least a 3T to 4T.
Like at the waist or all of the
No,
pants?
like from his... do you not see how those jeans, like, fit him and, like, some of his booty is out? Like, if he didn't have a diaper...
I haven't noticed yet. No.
Or, like, the button-down shirt, like, from the bottom...
Yeah.
Like, all his ass crack would be out. I'm dead ass.
Like plumbers?
Look.
Like a plumber?
Yeah, look. See?
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
See, like,
I definitely see what you mean.
he can't wear diapers. Like, I have to buy pull-ups.
Is that any different? Like,
yeah.
do you struggle with that more? Or?
What do you mean? He's just having the time of his life. Look, see?
Makes me want to be a kid again. No responsibilities, no bills. I wouldn't have a car, but, no bills.
Not really.
No bills.
Yeah.
But yeah,
no responsibilities. Oh, baby, you're not finna fall, are you? No. Look at his dad running towards him.
Run?
Yeah. I did too, because I thought he was gonna go wink.
But I was also, I was going to bring up the point that, yeah, I have just tons and tons of things I'd like to talk about.
Yeah, me too.
But,
there's too much to speak of.
There is. And,
we're always beyond the idea.
Indeed, we are. we take those ideas and we go further than what the normal person's gonna, hit on.
Dude, like also for like, even though it might be late, but for like the spooky season, also because we have Dia de Muertos, we should talk about like paranormal stuff too.
I've been thinking about that too. I was thinking about doing like a Halloween special, but it's like that's tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I mean, we still have until Dia del Muerto. Which one? I think it's like the 4th.
I thought it was the third or
Third?
second. How do we not know this? And we're both Mexican. Neither one of us knows this answer.
Take that off. Take that off.
I'm keeping that in there because we got to be honest.
Take it off.
Neither one of us knows. I'm gonna cut it off to where we're asking, like, questioning about it, and then we'll pop up with like a Dia de los Muertos face paint. Be like, we didn't forget.
Be like, hey.
We here, man. But do you guys do like the whole the altar and everything, like the Dia de los Muertos stuff?
We've always me being over here like all my life, we kind of half-ass it,
Yeah.
Like we do as much as we can, but we don't put the flowers or too many pictures or
Yeah.
what I do is the pictures that I do have, nomás les prendo una velita and like les pongo el platito,
Yeah.
At least I'm doing my part in from still my belief, but I don't do over the top things.
Yeah. To be honest, I haven't met specifically anybody who does partake fully in Dia de los Muertos.
Yeah.
Like they might talk about it or do like face paint.
Yeah, I don't.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't feel like I've
yet to meet somebody
that actually makes a big ass altar
who does the full 10 yards of the altar, the pictures,
everybody's
the flowers,
pictures,
the
and
velas, the paint, all that stuff. Maybe just because it's Oklahoma. I don't know,
but I'm just telling you, in los Estados Unidos, it's hard for when somebody brings their traditions over.
Oh, that's
only when it's I think only when it's elder people, my bad.
Yeah, it's. I think it's.
He get his big old booty from his daddy.
I think it's either that or the fact that every other tradition usually gets turned into a costume.
That and also there's some people that don't take it serious.
I think it's because people don't know the history of it, maybe, or they just know the overall, but not the
either way,
roots.
Cinco de Mayo. They think that's the Independence
Most
Day when
think
it's not.
That's Independence Day, yeah.
No, it's in September, fool. September.
But all that represents to people here is going in, not drinking tacos and sombreros.
And some tequila.
And that's it. You know what I mean?
They're like tacos and tequila.
I wouldn't be surprised if half the Hispanics we ask don't know when the actual Independence Day is. I'm not saying they don't know.
We should do that también, go around the streets.
A social experiment.
Yeah.
Are you Hispanic? Yeah. When is Independence Day? Cinco de Mayo. I'm like, no, that's wrong.
See how smart
Stupid
you are.
I'm just kidding.
For real.
I'm willing to bet though. I'm willing to put good money on more at least 50% don't know that it's not Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
Unless they're actually smart and their household is up to date. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Go to actual Hispanics and be like, when is Mexico's Independence Day?
I really want to.
When is el Día del Muerto?
Huh?
When is el Día del Muerto?
That's a good question.
I'm telling you, those would be some of the questions.
That would be the question.
¿Y el día de Navidad?
I do want to experience somebody doing a full traditional altar thing,
yeah, me
tribute
too,
or whatever, just to know what it's like and see how they do it, because I've never seen it in person.
Yeah, same.
Not in Mexico either. I haven't seen it in Mexico either, but it's because I'm not there for that time of the year. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's hard to see stuff like that when you're not there.
Yeah, I'm sure. See, from what I remember, in Mexico they do the most. Mm-hmm. From what I remember from when I was over there, I do remember they doing the most for El Día del Muerto. So they do go all out. But once people come over here, they tend to forget to go all out too. you know. But like I'm telling you, we half-ass it because like we don't. I don't have pictures from every single one of my family members that have passed, and it's hard to get pictures when some of your family barely even has any.
Or they didn't have cameras, or whatever
Yeah,
the case may
you know,
be.
yeah,
I'd like pictures of my ancestors or my relatives. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I'd like to do a thing and see where my ancestors are from, or how far up our family goes.
No, for real, we should do that.
I wouldn't mind doing
Cause
that.
I feel like, see, like from my mom's side of the family, my mom's mom. If I showed you a picture of her, you'd straight up think she's Chinese and she's not my grandma.
I believe you though.
Like she looks hella Asian. She looks like an old. Que en paz descanse. She looks like a little old Asian lady.
The old lady.
Yeah, I'm serious.
I would like to dig into that and see what I can find because it just sounds interesting.
See, I'm telling you guys, we have stories for days.
We do.
We got everything.
Yes. This has been great. I think I'm gonna call a stopping point here.
Okay. So
We'll have plenty more to talk about. You know, this is our beginnings.
Yeah.
This is the one beginning because this is where we start.
For sure.
I'm Juano, G Wayne Joe.
I'm Fani Lou. Nah.
Fan
Just
Blam
Fan.
Blam.
Yeah.
This is the area where we let it on the table. We go beyond the tide. We go beyond the topic, and we go beyond the idea. Oh wow, she does look a little Asian. Is that who I think it is?
Yeah. You're one and only. Yeah, those are con mis dos abuelitas, la mamá de mi papá y la mamá de mi mamá.
Oh wow, okay. I want to find pictures of my grandparents or like more detailed pictures, but I don't know if any exist. I'd like to dig into that, and I want to know where my ancestors are from and where I come from and who I derive from. I hope it's an Aztec bloodline.
Where I come from. La India Maria.
Nice. There's a nopales, the comprobantes.
For real.
But okay, guys, we will catch you on the next one. This is G Wayne Joe signing off with
Funny.
Fani Blanny.
Yeah.
And we're gonna catch you on the next one for Beyond the Idea. Okay, bye, beaches.
Bye.